Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Sebastian Keynes here, and this is another Watch Your Realms video. So we have three different summoning events coming up this weekend. One of them will be a banner with the introduction of 2 new heroes into the game. The other one will be a standard 2x for legendaries. And then, if you have not seen it on the global server side, we're having another 1-for-1 event starting on Sunday. Where should you summon? Let's discuss it. The first hero being introduced into the public server this weekend is Kria, the mage from the cultist faction. Her damage is derived from magic. She has a talent that allows her to summon the Storm Cruise, which requires you to kill enemies within her basic attack area. It does not specify that she has to kill them. You just have to kill enemies within this region for her to summon the Storm Cruise. You can have up to 5 of them, and each one of those Storm Crows will deal damage once every 4 seconds to the target, and it deals 70% AoE damage. And like I said, you can have up to 5 of them, and they can last up to 15 seconds. The hero in the Storm Crow deals an additional 10% damage to slowed enemies. This is key because you can actually try to form some synergy with other heroes that can slow targets. And if you kind of have not gathered from the specifics of her talent and the specifics of the Storm Crow, along with her basic attack, which deals AoE damage, and her ultimate, which also deals AoE damage, and it can actually, you can hit up to 10 enemies at once. So if you culminate all this and the fact that she also has a slow, because one of her passive, her Killer Crows, she can increase the attack of the Storm Crows, and also it gives them the ability to apply a slow. So when you see this kit and you see AoE damage, slow, tells you right away this champion or this hero is specifically made for GR1. And there's definitely no secret by the fact that she's also a mage, that is the area where she will shine the most. And if you need help in GR1, this is exactly the addition that you need in your account. However, her damage is not going to be like Vierna's, so you want to make sure that you have the cast around her that can add her to her damage, or that can complement what she brings with her kit. Okay, her cost is a little bit high, so it's 21. Based, so it's in the range with other mages that we have in the game. So, but she's a little bit high for it. You can awaken her, of course, and you're gonna give her more when it comes. I think her storm, so in the A1 you're going to reduce the attack number of the Storm Crows. In the A3 you're gonna give her vulnerability, and of course if you are lucky enough to get her to the A5, there's a 50% chance to summon more Storm Crow after her ultimate ends. So it adds more opportunity for her to get damage into the field when you awaken her. So based on the reviews in the Forerunners server, that is specifically where people are using her, is gear raid 1. And as you can see, her other scores that are really high are for Tide and Faction Trial. That shouldn't be a surprise to you. People are going to use her in Faction Trial if they need her there, and the fact that she can do AoE damage even better. Some say AoE DPS Arena is another place that she can shine. That is definitely something that you can look into to see if you need help in that area and try to get her into your account. If you have a stacked account with mages, you could probably set this one out. Okay, she's not somebody that you're going to have to go out and chase and try to get her this. The second hero being introduced into the public server this weekend is the fighter Kineza from the Nightmare Council. She will gain chi stacks every time that she does her basic attack, and these chi stacks will actually enhance some of her skills. Once she gains the up to 3 stacks that she can have, then this effect reverts to one that will regenerate her rage by giving her 50 rage, I think is what he said there. And another thing about her is that with the, it's one of her passives here, every time she has a chance to dodge by 10%, and then based on every 100 attack speed that you give her, she has an additional 3% chance, and if you skill her, you're gonna get 5% more, and you're also gonna get more extra attack speed, which just keeps adding to the opportunity to dodge. And so every time that you trigger a dodge, then she gains a stack of chi. Her other passive is based on whether she triggers the dodge or not. If she does, it then allows her to, for the next basic attack, to deal 200% more damage once, and you will also ignore defense based on how many chi stacks you have on the hero. Right? Her ultimate, the Surging Roar, is auto, and you will consume all your chi stacks that you already have, and then based on each chi stack, it will deal 105% damage to the enemies in range one time, and then afterwards will deal one more hit that can lead to up to 300% damage. And of course, then you can skill that up to get more damage on the final strike. Another thing about her kit is that she is bonded to Salazar. So when you have Salazar in your roster, anytime that you activate ultimate, you will then deal more damage based on how many chi stacks you're consuming, up to 120% for each one of these. Given that she's from the Nightmare Council and she can stack up her damage, and she is bonded to Salazar with a 14 cost, you can expect that she will be used primarily for the guild boss. That is certainly the case here in the Forerunner server. This is her area where people like to use her most, and that's where they can unlock her true potential. You could possibly use her for an arena in the sustained DPS and single target DPS based on what your roster has. So given that she's a guild boss specialist, she has a bonded skill with Salazar. She then clearly is not going to be one that is going to bring your guild boss to the next tier, but she definitely will complement it. And I think if you are hitting 3, trying to get into 4, and you're then trying to push 4 as much as you can, possibly to at least get 20,000 blood points, possibly bring her into the comp, depending how many other Nightmare Council heroes you're also bringing in to try to boost those stats. I think that the main thing here is that you're going to get additional damage from the ultimate if Salazar is in your composition. Given that she has a bondage skill, and we go look at Salazar really quick here. With that bonded skill, he actually gets more HP when you summon her and you add her to count. You can kind of then use him as a tank in arena if that's what you want to do. Enhance his skill there. I think that for those that are PvP focused, if you want to go chaser, try to bring her in and just give Salazar that extra boost. That's certainly up to you. And like I said, if Kinesha is somebody that can really help you elevate, and I mean really push your guild boss damage, then I certainly would consider going for her. But here is, I'm going to give you one good reason besides the 2 legendary heroes in this banner. Give you one good reason to possibly summon 10x. Besides these 2 legendary heroes being added, which I think would be nice additions to your account, but I don't think they're going to really push it to the next level. But one of the things is that in this 10x, we have Deimos. in the 10x. If you don't have a copy of Damus, you have about 50, maybe 60 crystals willing to burn. This is why I would summon on the banner, because you're going to get somebody that is just possibly just as good at Kineza, if not better, and it's somebody that you could possibly skill up a lot quicker and get him the gear necessary to give you the amount of damage that you actually need to push your guild boss damage. That would be the reason that I would summon in the banner if you're a low spender or free to play. It's to try to get as many copies of Damus as possible. In addition to the 10x, Moonton decided to also add a 2x on a separate banner, just like we've seen in the past before, right? We're going to have a 10x for the specific champions to get them into our accounts. Then they're going to give you the opportunity, if you don't want to go chasing for either one of these two or Damus, then you can just go to standard 2x and try to get legendaries there. But as you can see here in the global server, and my head is kind of in the way, isn't it? Oh, a little bit of that. Yeah, the chair is in the way, right? Look in the calendar right here. You see this? It just popped up today that I noticed. This is a surprise Invocation of Spirits event where we're going to get a one-on-one. All right, come to this banner. Come to this banner. Get a 1-for-1. This is a very good deal. The earlier that you can summon the 1-for-1, the better. Maybe you can use the rest of your crystal to try to go get Damus or either one of those two legendaries, or just primarily hit this to try to get 2-for-1. This is the best deal that you're going to get for your rare crystals. So you definitely, we have decisions to make, and this is all based on your account and what you would prefer to get. And like I said, if you don't have enough to get these two heroes here, Damus is definitely going to be a great addition to your account if you don't have him, or at least to try to awaken him even more to get more damage out of him. But he is going to be the push. He will provide you just as big of a push as Kineza would in Guild Boss. And then of course, if you need help in GR1, you can come and get Kria. She can, with the composition around her, she can certainly help you push that content there. So that would be the main reason that I would summon the 2x. Otherwise, I'm just waiting until Sunday. I'm just waiting until Sunday. I'm going to take an opportunity to try to get this 2x, the 1-for-1. And then if I have enough left, then yeah, I'm probably going to come to the special summoning, try to add Kineza to the account, right? Because she's going to give that slight boost to Salazar. Won't be embeds, but it actually opens possibilities for high tiers of PvP, if that's what you want. So those are my thoughts on the heroes this weekend. If you do decide to summon this weekend, I wish you the best of luck and that you get the hero that you're going for. And you know, aside from that, we just have GBG coming down the pipeline, and I will definitely discuss that matter with you all on a separate video. So I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Their souls are mine to take.